Du, 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 du. Du, du, du. Du, 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 du. Du, du. Hi guys, I'm Peter. Um, this is really bad already. God, I'm doing a lot of So, we're going to talk about Superman. Um, Before I get to that though, if any of you are watching and in like 5 years' time I become like a Mr. Beast on YouTube, that's just like, super famous, super rich, and yeah. Sorry, not the goal at all. No, I'll release a video. Well, it would have been about 4 years. Jesus Christ, 4 hours ago. The video I released, I actually made over 2 years ago. It was when the Obi-Wan series came out. I made that video just on my phone like I am now. Just on my phone. Wholesome. Lovely. But yeah, I made that video and I kept it in my unpublished for, well, yeah, all that time. There was a couple of times I released it and then unreleased it like half an hour later. I was just like, oh my god, why did I do that? It's probably because I had a bit too much booze or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I've sat on it and I've watched it, and I'm like, when I watch it, for me personally, I look at it and I'm like, I feel like, I don't want to say it. I hate saying like positive things about myself really, but I look at it and I'm like, there's some things in there that I feel like my personality is like, it's, very good, and then there's a lot of parts where I'm just like, oh my god, it's so cringe, like fighting in church or like, giving our lass a kiss. 11 years, you know what I mean? But yeah, like, I didn't release it because a lot of that as well, I was a bit jumping it, but I wasn't like massively pressed. But it was my first video, man, and I just thought, you know what, right? I was talking to someone on YouTube just in the comment section. I think it was Marla's channel. I was talking to someone in there. I love Marla, by the way. Um, and I was talking about this because obviously I do have a confidence issue. When I get talking and you know me and I probably come out, I really do. It's just a wonderful, especially when it's talking about things I love or even when I hate shit. Yeah. Either way, I come out. But yeah, someone just said, just go for it. Just do it. Just be authentic and just put it out, even if you do look like a fucking buffoon. And I was like, so yeah, I put it out. Anyway, so the reason I mention that is because in that I don't really explain who I am, what I'm about, none of that. I just give a brief thing saying, "Hey, I'm Pete. I'm new to YouTube. Hey, hey, hey." I think I say something stupid like that. But yeah, hey, I am Pete. And hey, hey, hey. Now, yeah, I'm Peter. I've loved film media all my life. I aren't like a pro. I don't get the words out perfectly. I don't. But I do know enough, and I do hold a lot of things sacred, and one of the main things is just writing and caring about something. And the reason why I actually started looking on YouTube, it might not surprise any of you, but it was The Last Jedi. When I went to see that film, I went with my girlfriend, and The Force Awakens I actually really liked. There's a lot of stuff in it. I was just like, but I liked it. I was like, it's setting up something. And even with The Force Awakens, I was like, I loved it, but there was moments like when Kylo Ren took his mask off, I was just like, oh, no. But anyway, yeah, I was excited. Came out the movie quite as anything. Drove me and my lass in the car, about half an hour journey back home. Didn't say a thing until like 10 minutes into that drive. And she knows how much of a Star Wars fan, and she was just like, it was shit, wasn't it? And I was just like, I'm driving like this. And I was just like, it wasn't it? She was like, what's the road? And I was just like, but yeah. I said nothing for ages because I was so in like a state of confusion. I always say in my head, like the way I think about it is like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, because I remember at the time he actually really loved it, but I think he was in a state of confusion as well, because it took him about, I don't know, a month or so to actually come around and be like, oh yeah, it was actually shit. And I think a lot of people were like that, but me, I honestly, off the bat, oh, the way they did Luke in that, oh my god. Yeah, anyway, this isn't a Star Wars for video. This is, I'll just try to give you a bit like about me, like who I am. But yeah, I remember briefly again the reason why I went down travel because I wanted to like I couldn't express myself. I couldn't. I didn't have a circle around me who I could talk to that could understand what I was on about because I've got passions and not a lot of people, especially in my circle, I've got passion. There's people that love film and all this stuff, but they haven't got the passion for the lore and like the geeky stuff, like the nerdy stuff that like I just oh god I just love talking about. But if I talk to them about it, they're just like, we'll get Peter a Star Wars shirt for Christmas. Yeah, I fucking love that. And of course, I get that Star Wars shirt. I'm just like, but I'm like, just the one I wanted. Yeah. Anyway, so that's why I went YouTube. I just couldn't believe the amount of people that were just like voicing what my brain was saying. You know, I think Geeks and Game was the first one. I was just like, what? I was like mixed with him, but yeah, it's just so many people. Marlet, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Fringy, Rags. Oh god, the list goes on forever. I mean, back then, like no bullshit, like just loads and loads of people, like that get me through my day and just life, just at work, like you know. Anyway, I digress. That's a bit about me. That's why I got started. I started getting into it a little bit more just because I started seeing stuff in my media that was like political. Like I didn't know about anything about politics. I didn't know anything about all this stuff. Didn't know about left or right or whatever. I was just a traditional, normal lad. Like I don't know. But I noticed these weird things happening, and then yeah, I think that's how most things probably started for most of you that maybe listen to me, seeing me like I don't know, but that's how it started, and yeah, you were just like, and then you learnt what was happening because of the people that are actually clever, that, you know, maybe I'm just a bit more of a norm. I ain't a normie, but you know what I mean, like, I ain't like a journalist, but yeah, we've learnt all this stuff, all this political, all this stuff, just like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's me. I just wanted to say that briefly because I didn't mention it much in my first video, and yeah. I guess we just talk about Superman now, eh? Superman. Oh, why do we start with Superman? Yeah. I love Superman. I absolutely love Superman. I just sound like a shield, alright? I'm trying to convince you. Believe me. I love Superman. Fucking believe me now. I'm sorry. I'm so weird, I know. Yeah, no, I do. I remember I'm a 1990s kid, so I was born in 1990. And I remember going to my granddad's. I think I must have been about 3, 4, whatever. I used to always, I mean, I love my grandparents, but I only really went there because I wanted Superman. They had it on VHS, they had a little TV in their bedroom, and I'd go straight upstairs, boop, 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 and I'd watch that all day whilst I guess they were like doing family stuff. Yeah, that was me. I absolutely loved it. It was 1 and 2, the Adam both. Oh my god, I loved it. We're going to get onto the trailer that I've just seen. Well, I haven't just seen, I saw it a couple of days ago. But yeah, obviously I'm having like a midlife crisis where I'm like, don't I do YouTube? Oh my god. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk about the other ones as well. Like, so Chris Reeves for me is the pinnacle. And the reason being is just because his charm. He played 2 roles in that film. Well, in all the films, he played 2 roles and he played it beautifully. The hope, the charm, the just I mean, when's the last time we've seen a Superman just go? I don't have, like, I look like a nerd, but you know what I mean? Like, the smile, like, just something so simple. Like, oh, God, I'm going to be forever talking about this film. I really am. He was just a pinnacle. It's just his whole presence, his whole, like, his aura. It was beautiful. The way I can explain it, it's, you know what I mean. It's just from my mind how I can, like, see it to for you to see how I see it. It's like almost like kids now. Like, for instance, I've got a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 2-year-old. My 10-year-old and 6-year-old girl's my 2-year-old's a boy. And if they were to just meet someone, like, randomly, let's say my 10-year-old went to the shop, which is just down the corner down there, which I let her know, actually. If I let her down there and just some man started talking to her, she'd be like, weirdo. Back in my day, I'd be like, all right. But yeah, she'd be like, but even if she saw, like, a celebrity that she really likes, I don't know, who does she really like at the minute? I don't even know what celebrity she really likes, but someone like in a movie, like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, we'll say Henry Cavill. She really loved them films. Oh my God. If she saw him down the street, she'd be, like, in awe of him, but she wouldn't talk to him because she'd feel shy, right, and stuff. I probably would as well. Christopher Reeve, though, he had that aura where you'd honestly just feel so comfortable just going up to him. You really would. That's who he was. He was just something magical. And then also in the films as well, the Christopher Reeve he does as well. It's so great. It's so, like, you can buy it. I remember when I first started watching the films, I didn't even know who, like, I didn't have the mind to know that Christopher Reeve, that Clark and Superman were, like, the same person. I was just like, why is this person in my movie? I just want to see Superman. Superman. You know what I mean? But obviously, after a few times watching, I was like, oh yeah, collected the dots. But the reason why I think is because, firstly, I was young, but also he was just so convincing as a different character. People always say the glasses, like, you wouldn't notice it, but with him, you can see it. The hair was different, the glasses, but it wasn't that was the reason why you didn't know it. It was his mannerisms. It was his character. It was just beautiful, man. The way he was clumsy, the way he was just too nice, the way he would just take shit off people. He was like, very easy for someone just to, just give him shit. I just thought it was beautiful. I don't think you're going to beat that. Anyway, so we get on. We got Brandon Ruff. Or fucking... Forgive me. I don't know. Ruff. Whatever. He looked the part. Was that 2006? Yeah, I think it was. He looked the part for me. It looked great. The costume was great. I loved it. I think the thing that let that film down was the fact that he was continuing Reeves as Superman. That was the whole thing, wasn't it? He went away for 5 years because he thought, like, Krypton, there was something to do with, like, Krypton might have existed or there might be remnants of his home. He'd been gone for, like, 5 years. So I was like, okay, whatever. That first scene where he comes back and the plane, come on, that's one of the best scenes ever. The reason why it's one of the best is not just because of what he does in that. It's because just how, like, I don't know, hopeful it is and like, Superman, yes, you know what I mean? And he struggles a bit in that as well. If that was Henry Cavill's Superman now, that plane, he'd just lift it with one hand, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, not to diss on Henry Cavill, I love him as well, but yeah, it was just the way that scene was great. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I liked the film as well. Creepy. We'll get to that. Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff in it that was just. I remember even at that age then, because I think I was 16 then, so I would have even back then. I was just a normie. I'm still a bit of normie now, but proper normie like Superman suit, great. It looks like Christopher Reeves, extra great. Sorry, I'm definitely, I'm definitely got a social issue, me. But yeah, just the stuff that they do in that show as well, like the great. I'll tell you, what, we'll do the great stuff. So that was great. The whole going to doing putting the spaceship in space and going down and saving the plane and landing on the ball field, and it's just like everyone's just like that. Everyone knows who he is. Like, sorry, everyone knows who he is, but they haven't seen him for so long. So I'm guessing like with Metropolis, the whole world is like missed him. You can hear that roar in the crowd as well. It's just like, yeah, fucking Superman. Do you know what I mean? Because even I was like that. It did feel good, but yeah, there's a load of bad shit in it there. These good stuff. Lex was good for the most part, but some of the bad stuff is bad. Like that, like that scene where he's above Lois's house, and he's just there like you see him panning, he's coming down like this, doing this X-ray vision in the house. I was just like, dude, why are you doing that? Privacy. And it's funny, as I got a bit older, I was like, it's even worse than that. How do you know where he lived? How she lived? She was a Pulitzer Prize fucking journalist. Like, she'd have some sort of privacy, wouldn't she? From like nut jobs, I guess. So it's either he somehow found out her address, or after work he went up there in the sky and just like watched her go home. There's like loads of shit going on over here, like people dying or crying for help, but he's just like, find out where you live. In my lowers. 5 years is 5 minutes for me, baby. You know what I mean? It's just creepy. I'm sorry for that, by the way. I know that's probably way too creepy for this video. I don't know, a little awkward, but yeah, that's how I felt though. If you're feeling really awkward there, that's how that is. Weird. Nah, don't be doing that, man. I know the scene's meant to be like, oh, like, and he goes up and then his, Jarrell starts speaking to him, and that kind of cool, but it's just like, you're left with a bad taste in your mouth. Even though the scene's trying to make you feel, yeah, load of shit. Like, I don't want to go on about too much, but I will touch on one thing in that film. Jesus, when Lex is making like kryptonite land and all that, making land and it's in bed with kryptonite, and he comes down. He's just been up there to supercharge himself after being taken a beating, which was really sad, by the way. Where he's like, I can't do the breathing, but you know what I mean. He's getting beat the fuck. It's quite sad. I was just like, oh fuck. But yeah, he goes up there, supercharges himself, comes down with his laser eyes like that, goes down into the core of the earth, lifts the land. And I remember him just lifting it. I was just like, wow, okay, you're properly. I'm sorry I'm going on here, but I need to get this off my chest here. Thinking about at the time when I was younger, I was just like, cool as fuck. Kryptonite as well. You got like kryptonite coming down here like this, and he's just like this, sweating like for everything. And I just remember looking back now and thinking like, fuck. Imagine like he didn't get it into space. That fucker comes down, that's the end of humanity. Do you know what I mean? No, it really is. Would you risk it? If it was me, I'd be like, right, go to space, get charged, come down, break a bit off, go back up. I was just remember thinking, like, wow, would you risk it, man? And how can he lift all that much weight with his kryptonite next to it? Do you know what I mean? I know I'm being a bit too convoluted here, but it's just like, this is why you need good writers and shows, because people think about this stuff, especially nerds. people think about it. You got to make it make sense. Anyway, yeah, I thought he was all right, but what would have been better if they just started it all off again with him right from the scratch? I really liked him in the CW. I mean, the CW. I'm not going to go into CW. It fell off of me. There was some way he came back into it with that Tyler Hutch and whatever he's called. And I thought that was class. It was funny as fuck though because he looked like he aged like 30 years. I remember looking in the mirror. I was just like, have I aged that much as well? Fuck. But yeah, cool. Henry Cavill. I love Man of Steel. I'm sorry. I love it. I think it's such a great movie, but it's not a great Superman movie. I didn't get that hope from him. It was more like a God. I was just like, whoa. It's more like a power movie, which is fine. He has the best suit. I think he has the best suit, alright? He fucking does. And I like all the embroidery on his on like his suit as well. It's all like rippled and it just looks, I don't know, it just makes it feel a bit more like alien. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like you look at like Reeve's suit, which I love by the way, so don't, go after me. But you could be like, okay, his man made that. I mean like his Earth man. With like, sewing it and everything. But yeah, okay. But Superman's suit, and the way it's obviously presented to him as well. It's like, yeah, that's some alien suit, that man. That's alien. It's class. I wish it was brighter, but hey, look, I liked it. Let's get on to the sweaty Superman. Sorry. Yeah. It's got a lot of views. I'm gonna be honest. I'm mixed bag. I want to be optimistic. I like that first tease that came out where he's not even moving, he's just in the frame like that, and the background pictures, and then you got that music. I was just like, oh man, are we going back? Are we going back, man? Are we going back to caring? It was nice, and then that teaser. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag for me. It really is. That suit, I thought they would like change because you saw the photos before. You saw them ages ago. No one was happy, man. No one was happy with that. It was like if you've ever had like a blackout curtain for your bedroom if you do night shift. I do night shift, so I have it. It's like double like coated. It's like thick. And if you've ever like laid it on the floor, you can see like it looks like he's wearing one of them, man. It's not good. And he's trained for this as well. I've been following. He's got some good muscle on him, man. Why are you putting something on him where it doesn't show any of his like physique? I don't mind the suit, like the concept of it. The colour's bang on. The colour is that colour, man. That's how Superman. And I know they're going for that hope as well. Cause he saves load. You can see him saving people in this trailer as well. It's class. The Superman music that they use, yeah, it's there. Like the traditional one, they've tried to change it up a bit with like the electric guitar, whatever the fuck it is. I like but didn't like. I was like, why didn't you just stick to the original, man? It's Superman's theme song. You can claim it. Just use it. Why do you have to change what's already great? Anyway, yeah, the suit is bad. I'm sorry. If you don't think that suit's bad, then you're just shilling for it. Like, I want the show to be good. But I can't lie, the suit. Lois looks great. The dog. I don't like the dog in it. I like the fact that they try to do like fan service, but sometimes too much fan service is daft. And some of the stuff in the comics, you gotta like be like, okay, would it work in a movie? Is it common sense? Like, is this movie for 8-year-olds or is it for people of all ages? Like, is it an intelligent script? I don't know yet. I haven't seen the movie. It may be great, but that dog ain't even the right dog for a start. But cool, it was cute. It was like, I honestly do believe that dog's there just for like, just to get butts in seats. It's like Marley and me. Oh, like Homeward Bound sort of thing, like Turner and Hooch. It's a dog. People come and watch dogs, and that dog is cute. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't really like the start of it where he's battered. Obviously, he's been in a battle, something happened. I would have liked it to be more like hopeful, more inspiring than what it. I don't know. That could have been like a trailer 2 where you can see him be a bit battered. This is meant to be the start of it. It's meant to be like, this is our new Superman. Here he is. I don't even think he smiles in it at all either. I don't know. And then there's too many characters. There's way too many characters, and they all look a bit. They all look a bit. You know what I mean? Like a bit. I don't know. If it was me and I was starting out with Superman, which this film does need to be good because it'll be the start of the DCU rebooted. You know what I mean? If this doesn't work, it probably all won't work. It needs to be good, and I just feel like if you're gonna start it out, you need to start it out positive. You need to start with hope. You need to start out with positivity. You need to start with Superman. You know, give him one villain. You don't need all the and let him be by himself. You can introduce all these other people later on if this film does great. I just think it's going to be convoluted. I think it's going to be too much. I think it's Clark Kent. He looks alright. I don't like that one scene where he's got that, that. Hang on. I think we do it. It's more curly like this on the top. He's got that thing on the side where that's shaved there, and he's just like, that it's just awful. My nephew has it, and it's just, it's just, not good, man. But then some shots it's really good. But I do like that shot where you see him, and he's just like, I think he's in a Daily Planet, and he's just like, it looks a bit goofy. I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, they might be doing like a bit of like a goofball with him. Which, yeah, I kind of like that. I think that could work. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I understand why they dropped Henry Cavill. I mean, look, I'm not trying to insult anyone here. I tried to like the Snyderverse. I did like a lot of the stuff in it, but end of the day, they did butcher it. They butchered it. Henry Cavill deserved better movies. I wish he had like his own movies. If you know what I mean, before like in going from Man of Steel to then BVS and then Justice League, I just thought, I don't know, he had great potential, but I get it now. He's too old now. It won't work. But yeah, if this doesn't work, then I don't know. Anyway, on a last note, Superman and Lois, the TV show, that is probably one of my favourite shows, my favourite, versions of Superman. It just proves that you don't have to look like the part exactly to be the part. It just shows that writing, people that care about the show, people that are writing the show, people that the producers, direction, actors, if people care enough, they can make it work. It is a good show. Watch that show. I promise you, it's really good. It's got a different ending. People might have different feelings about the end, but I like it. It's different, and I love it. I think it's great. I think the writing's great, and go and watch that. Anyway, half an hour. Thank you for watching, and yeah, if you kind of like this, and maybe I need to script a bit more, but yeah, give me a like and a follow, I guess. That's how it works. Peace.